Hey, what's up guys, it's Kazoo here, and welcome to episode 50 of Skilling to Glory. And we're gonna start off by going into the first game of this episode, and we come up against a pretty weird silver looking team. A lot of Korean players and also a few players from, I do believe, from Korea. I'm not really too sure, but yeah, we played against a subscriber who actually had a silver team for once. Haven't really played against a lot of silver teams actually in Ultimate Team this year, but yeah, straight from kickoff we went on a skill run with Arroyo there. The shot wasn't really the best, so a pretty easy save for his goalkeeper. Then we're in the 21st minute. It is again Arroyo on the ball there. A nice scoop turn where he took the shot at the near post, but again a save from his goalkeeper. And that was pretty much everything in the first half. You can see from the stats my opponent had 0 shots so far, so he did not really create anything, and that was the exact same in the second half. Like, the stats were pretty much the same. He had a little bit more possession, but apart from that, not a lot of stuff happened in this game, so a pretty boring game I would say. So we had to go into extra time. I decided to make 2 changes, bring on Charisma and also Ribery, since Sifchi and also Mackay Steven were pretty low on fitness. So yeah, we start off there in the first half of extra time, and then look at that first strike from Charisma. Pretty much the first chance I had in extra time as well, and a lovely long shot there. We do make it 1-0, an absolute awesome goal there from him to give us a lead. And straight after that, he pretty much had enough, and he actually decided to rage quit. So yeah, we were only 1-0 up in extra time, but my opponent decided to leave, which I somewhat can understand. He did not really create anything. As I mentioned before, he had a little bit more possession, but apart from that, I think we were the dominant side, even though we still had to go into extra time, which was pretty weird. But yeah, luckily enough, we won the game with an awesome goal from Charisma. So we move on into the second game. We applied a attribute card to Arroyo, and again we come up against some sort of a silver team with also some gold players. Pretty nice looking team as well, a bit of a hybrid side I guess. And it's actually my opponent starting off there with his right back, where we actually do intercept the ball with Arroyo. It was just before half time in the 45th minute where we actually got fouled and we picked up a penalty. So pretty much the first big chance in the first half was a penalty straight away. We stepped up for it with Arroyo, and we do put it into the top corner to pick up his final goal and actually complete a challenge. But then seconds later he actually got a goal back immediately with Gervinho. So yeah, 2 goals there in the 45th minute, and we move on into the second half. We played a through ball to Sifchi. We got fouled again, and we picked up another penalty. We're only 3 minutes into the second half, and we actually picked up our second penalty already. And on top of that, he also got his second yellow card with Felipe Santana. So we had to play the remaining minutes in this game with 10 men. But yeah, again we do convert the penalty with Arroyo. We're currently on 2 goals with him so far, which is not too bad after 2 chances basically. Then we're only like a few minutes later, again we picked up another penalty, the 3rd one in this game already, and we're only in the 55th minute. It was just one crazy game, to be honest. I know penalties in FIFA 15 are quite easy to get, but the way I got them in this game were absolutely ridiculous. So again, it was Arroyo to step up for it, and we finally got that hat-trick challenge completed after it took us quite some time actually. We had a lot of games where we just got 2 goals pretty much, but luckily enough we do finish it off finally. Then a few minutes later in the 68th minute, a beautiful goal there from Arroyo once again to make it 4-1 and actually pick up his 4th goal in this game. A lovely volley at the near post, and we continue on pretty much 75th minute. Again it is Mackay Steven this time on the ball, and we make it 5-1 to pretty much make it game over, because straight after that my opponent, he just decided to mess around and actually play back to his goalkeeper and decide to score some own goals, which I never usually get why people do that. It's like, I think the 5th time or something that it happened to me anyway in Ultimate Team, but I just don't know why people do it. Like, what's the point in either losing a game 5-1 or 7-1? I don't really get it. But yeah, from a free kick, wasn't really the best. He decided to drop the ball. We picked it up with Vitinho, and we tap it in to make it 8-1. Then immediately from kickoff, I decided to set some pressure with Sifchi, and look at this, he actually had a slide tackle with 3 players at the same time, which was pretty weird. But yeah, we do take out the goalkeeper, and we actually picked up our first fancy shot as well. I know it's maybe a little bit lame to score these kind of goals against an opponent who doesn't really do anything, but I decided to take advantage of it pretty much because I cannot really do anything about it that my opponent decided to do this. So that is the reason why I sort of decided to take advantage of it, I guess. He also ended up making it 10-1 in the very end after I tried a long shot with Garcia, and for some reason the referee wasn't really too sure if it was a goal or not, because you can see see on the screen, goal technology was needed for some reason. But yeah, we ended up winning that game 10-1. Just one ridiculous game in my opinion. And let me know in the comments down below, by the way, if you ever like sort of experienced a game just like this, where your opponent just decides to score random own goals. Because as I said, it happened to me quite a few times before in this year's FIFA. So yeah, do let me know in the comments down below, and also what you think of it, because I don't really see the point of people doing it. So yeah, we go into the next game. We get up against a pretty strong Premier League team, I do believe, with also informed Bolasie, the new 5-star skiller. And we start things off in the 23rd minute, getting another fancy shot. This time with Mackay Steven. It was a little bit lucky bounces, but a beautiful finish there from Mackay Steven to make it 1-0, I do believe, and actually give us the lead. Then straight from kickoff, my opponent went on a pretty nice run. Nice bit of passing between Jovetic and also Taarabt, I do believe. He chips it over back to Taarabt, goes with the volley and makes it 1-1 to get him a goal back. Then from a corner, he crossed it over there to Smalling, gets a header in. I cleared it away, which I probably shouldn't have done, because you can see right there was a player from my side actually injured, and yeah, he decided to pass it across to Jovetic again, who was completely free, and he makes it 2-1. So that is pretty much how it went the first half. We had to go into the second half. I decided to make a few changes again. Decided to bring on Ribéry, Diame, and also Quaresma, and we got the first chance with Quaresma. We take out the goalkeeper again. Was hoping for a fancy shot, but it ended up being one of those slide tackle shots to make it 2-2 and make it all even. Then the 60th minute, again Quaresma on the ball. A nice skill move there where we beat one of his defenders and we finish it off to make it 3-2 and that gives us a lead. And after we done a celebration, again our opponent decided to rage quit, just like the guy in the first game of this episode. And to be honest, I didn't really see that coming, because he had a lot of possession. I think he had like 61%, and also the shots were pretty even. So overall, the game was pretty even, even though we took the lead at that time. But anyway, we move on in what will be the final game of this episode, and we come up against a English team with the upgraded Harry Kane and also the transferred version, I do believe, or no, the normal version of Jermaine Defoe still at Toronto FC. But yeah, we start things off with Mackay Steven on the wing, a nice bit of skill move, and we actually ended up picking a penalty in the 12th minute. So there's obviously Arroyo stepping up for it, and while taking this penalty, I noticed a little bit of button lag, and that is why I aimed like in the yellow bit of the power bar, which was a big shame. So we ended up missing that penalty. Then a few minutes later, he got himself a chance as well with Harry Kane, actually hits the post. Then he continues on creating chances. This time from a header, he hits the post again. So my opponent was actually sort of dominating the first half. He had most of the chances, and finally in the 23rd minute, he got himself the first goal at the near post, I think with Defoe, to make it 1-0. Then in the 25th minute, a few minutes later, we picked up a free kick. And like I said, while taking the penalty, I noticed a little bit of lag, and it was even worse while taking the free kick. Even though it was lag, we did score the free kick though with Arroyo, a nice free kick to get ourselves back into the game. But yeah, pretty much after this free kick, the game was absolutely terrible to play. Like, I don't know what it is. Whenever I go into a game, I always check if the latency bar is actually green. If it's orange or red, I usually back out. But when I went into this game, everything was green. Everything seemed to be fine. But as I said, after the 25th minute or so, the game was absolutely terrible on my side anyway, because you can see on the screen there was so much lag. And also in the 27th minute, when he got a big chance, I just couldn't play pretty much, and he actually ended up scoring another goal to give himself the lead. And while watching the replay, the game was still laggy. I wanted to continue, but my opponent actually ended up losing his connection. You can see it right there. Connection has been lost with your opponent, and it was definitely on my opponent's side, because I still was still like in the Ultimate Team menus, because usually when you lose connection, you get kicked out of Ultimate Team. I think it was probably on my opponent's side, or just the EA service messing up as per usual. But you can see in the background we're currently on 16 goals so far with Arroyo, which is absolutely awesome. And we have 3 games left as well. So hopefully in the next episode we are able to complete the final 2 challenges, which is scored 12 skill goals and score 3 fancy shots. But anyway, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then make sure to leave a like. Would be very much appreciated. And if we can hit 2,000 likes, that would be absolutely awesome. So I'd like to thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.